mic sound on and transition to the talking screen. And then, hello everyone. How are you doing, Mama?
I'm doing all right. Surviving the chilly,
It has been
chilly,
quite
chilly
cold.
air outside.
Yeah, it makes me wonder why I live in a place where the air hurts my face. Um, but I haven't been able to correct that problem, so that is unfortunately going to be a fact of life for a while. Chip Sounder says hello. Hello, Chip Sounder. How are you doing tonight? Yeah, I had a nice holiday break. I took all of last week off and spent some time with some friends. Visited family, my partner's family, more accurately, and yeah, it was nice. How was your holiday, Mama?
It was nice.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a follow up question while I was drinking water, but I couldn't figure it out. But yeah, I played lots of Beat Saber. So I've been sort of
Oh,
recovering from that a little bit. Chip Sounder says, in agony, I fell over this morning, tripped over my Xbox controller cable, and landed on my bedroom door. Oh, that is
wow.
quite painful. Um,
Hopefully
it,
nothing broken.
yeah, like, is it one of those trips where you were able to get up, dust yourself off, or is this one of those? I mean, you said in agony, and so I'm guessing it's less get up, dust yourself off type ones. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully, like Mom said, nothing's broken, and the pain and stuff goes away quickly. Falling is never pleasant, um, especially when it's over stuff like the electronics. With it being a sloped roof, it bounced back off the ceiling. Luckily for me, nothing is broken. Um,
So it sounds like you hit the door and it hit the ceiling and bounced back at you, right?
that is that's kind of what I'm reading too. Um, but I guess with it being a sloped roof, maybe it bounced away from you. Um, yeah, that does sound like you need a new bedroom door. So that's not fun. And Chip Sounder confirms that that was the correct interpretation. But yeah, definitely lucky nothing is broken aside from what it sounds like is the door. Um, so yeah, hopefully it's not too difficult of a repair. Um, the door is okay too. Okay, that's good. Um,
So nothing broken, but it sounds like possibly battered and bruised.
yeah. So I wish you a speedy recovery from that. So,
Definitely.
With that, I don't have anything else from my side of things. Do you have anything else from your side of things?
No.
Then let's get to the Sudoku
Sudoku.
puzzle. And it is going to be S'morios with Extra Marshmallows by Chip Sounder. Conflict checker off is requested for this set. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row column in 3x3 box. Cells separated by an Oreo are a 1 to 2 ratio using a black dot, and cells separated by a marshmallow have a difference of 2. Digits in a jumbo marshmallow, quadruple clue, must appear in the cells connected to the marshmallow, and adjacent cells on a green line must differ by at least 5. I'll go ahead and put the link in the chat. That is not how the link was supposed to work. Let me try that again. So there's the link. And then there's the title. There we go. First try. Well, one of the things that's different with the marshmallows being a difference of 2 rather than a difference of 1 is that instead of them being opposite parity, they're the same parity. So these are either both even or they're both odd. Well, this 579 quadruple clue, or quadruple marshmallow, is going to force 5, 7, and 9 to be in these two. It's just you'll have a 7 or a 9 on here, so this is 5 paired with a 7 or a 9. But it's not quite as useful with these two versions. Although we can rule out the 5, 7, 9 from the Oreo clue. And obviously not in there. And then 5, 7 in here. And then obviously not 5 on the German Whisper line. The reason we can remove 5, 7, and 9 from the Oreo clue is because it's a 2 to 1 ratio or 1 to 2 ratio. And if you think about the smaller of the two digits, that has to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. If the smallest digit was a 5, then 5 would double to 10, which we can't put a 10 in the Sudoku grid. It only goes up to 9. And 1, 2, 3, and 4 don't double the 5, because 5's odd. So the larger of the two digits has to be 2, 4, 6, or 8. And so 7 and 9 also cannot be the larger of the two digits or the smaller of the two digits, so they're going to be forced on the other 3 cells. That's going to make this one a high digit here, following the German Whisper line. This is also going to end up with a high digit here.
Well, and then of course the low digits are the others.
That's true. Now, this couldn't be a 1, because it has 2 marshmallows around it. And now, it also cannot be a 2, because you'd have to subtract 2 on one side, which would give you 0. So it's either a 3 with a 1 and a 5, or a 4 with a 2 and a 6. Now, I do see that these are both the black Oreo dots, so that I can't use a 5. So this is going to have to be a 2-6 pair surrounding a 4. And then on the opposite side of this 4 can't be another 2, because I'm already using it, so that's an 8. Now this 2 could halve to 1, or 3 from the 6 being halved. 4 is going to force a 9, and then that 9 is going to be removed from over here.
Well, and that 1 or 3 in box 9 has a 2 above it, so it would go to 1 would go to 3, 3 would go to 1. No, in row that,
right.
yeah.
So 2 and 4 are gone.
And the 8 there in row 8 is on a German whisper, so it tells you where.
Right. High digits are here. This one, not a 9. It can still be a 6, which would force a 1 in both of these positions. And then these two are low digits, neither of which can be a 4, because they both see the 4. And then the 2, 6 here removes 3 as a possibility, and 5 and 7 are the remainders, which is going to give it a 5, 7 pair here to take out 7 as an option. Opposite side of this, 1 doubles to 2, 3 doubles to 6, 2 can half to 1 or double to 4.
But it can't be a 1 because that would be 1, 3 across that marshmallow,
Right.
which would eliminate the, yeah.
So now this has to be even, so this has to be even. It's either 2 or 6. 2. Okay. I'll do 4, 8, and a 3 is an option. Over here, 2, 6, 8, and 4. And 4 and 8 have to be down here. Although we can pair it with this 2, 6. And now 6 and 8 are gone from over here. Where all the evens are gone. Okay, well this dot has to be 1 or 2 or 3 or 6. It can't be 4 or 8 because there's a 4 right here. But this one can be 1, 2, 4, 3, or 6. Now if those differ by 2, well, they can't both be 3. But they could be 1 and 3. Excuse me.
The
Yeah,
left-hand
there's
one
nothing wrong with
cannot
that.
be 4. Oh, yes, it can because it could be a 2. Or no, it can't. Because if it's a 4, then on the right side would be a 2, which on the bottom would be a 1. So 1, 2, and 4 would be eliminated from
6
the
and 3.
or no, but if no, if the left side of the marshmallow is a 4, then the right side of the marshmallow has to be, oh, it can be a 6. I forgot about the 6.
The smallest this can
I
be
don't know
is a
why I was
4.
only looking down.
It can't be a 9. Largest this could be is a 6. Can't have a 5 though. This one has to be odd. Oh, but it can't be 5, 7, or 9, so it has to be a 3. It pairs with a 5. Because it couldn't be a 1 paired with a 3. So then this cannot be 3, 6, 1, 2, 4, 8. Either a 2, 4 pair or 1, 3 pair. This isn't a 5, so this one is. And so this one is. And then that's going to give us a 7 down here. 7, 9, 5.
The Oreo at the top of column 7 can't be, it can't be 1. Yeah.
This is the 1, 3 pair down here. One, 2, 8, and a 6 is left over.
The left side of the marshmallow in row 2.
Has to be even.
The left side can't be 8.
Why not? Oh, because this wouldn't be able to be a 6. Now this is a 1, or a 7, 8, 9. Which would put 7, 8, 9, or 1, 2, 3, but not a 4. Well, it can't be 7 or 9. So this would be an 8 and a 6 with a 1. Or this is 2 or 4. It's 1, 2, or 3 here.
The column 5, the Oreo and the marshmallow contain 2 and 6. Because the Oreo is either 1, 2, making the
Or 3,
marshmallow 6,
6.
or it's 3, 6, making the marshmallow 2. So the 6 comes out from the German whisper below that.
So then this could be a 4. Smallest could be is a 5. And if this is even, it's going to have to be 8 paired with 6. Or it's got a 7 on it. What could this top digit be? I don't think it can be from the digits 1, 2, 3, and 6. And the reason for that is if it was, then that would be a group of 4. So I would not be able to place a 1 here, or 1 or 3 here. So 1, 2, 3, and 6 are all removed from this cell, right? Because of that? Because one of these two has to be low, which is either a 1 in the top cell or a 1 or a 3 here. And if
Right.
1, 2, 3, and 6 are all taken up by these, that wouldn't work out.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now 5 and 4 are removed because they're already here in the column. So that's a 7, 8, or 9. That's a 7, 8, or 9. And then the other from 7, 8, or 9 is there.
Box 5, the 2 Oreos.
Yeah.
If the one on the right is 1, 2, the other has to be 3, 6. Now, it does not mean that if the one on the right is 3, 6, that has to be 1, 2. It could be 2, 4.
But it would have to have a 2 on it. But they
Yeah.
couldn't be from 1, 2, 4, and 8 because I don't have an 8 on any of them. Why? Well, because the 4 is here. So I have to use 3 or 6. So 6 isn't an option here, which means it can't go with an 8. So now I have to have a 7 as one of those two. 3 and 6 is definitely gone, and 2 is definitely gone, and so is 7.
Yeah, but the marshmallow between the 2 Oreos in box 5, on the right, you can't have a 2. Because 2 pairs with 1 in that Oreo, which means the other Oreo is 3, 6.
Yeah.
And 2 would have to go to 4, and you can't do that. 1 would go to 3. 3 would go to 1. 6 would go to 4.
So this couldn't be a 2 either?
No.
So this couldn't be 1 or 4, because it has to have a 2 on it.
Right.
And this cannot be the 3, because you can't put a 6 here. So this one can still be 3 or 6, but it has to be a 1, not a 2.
Okay, so for oh no, because the 1 could be up there.
If this is 2, 4, then this one would be 3, 6, which is not going to work for this. So that's proof that this can't be 2, 4.
Yes, I think so.
So this has to be 1 and 3, and now we have 2, 4, and 8, which has a required 4 on it. 4 is gone, 8 is gone.
And on that German Whisper, 3 can't go to 7. And that 3's on an Oreo. In box
9.
Yeah.
And 6, 2, and 1. 3, 6, 2, 1. 3, 8. 7 here. 8 doesn't follow. More down.
The 2 at the bottom of column 5 makes that Oreo in box 5 a 3, 6. Box, never mind. Column 6 has a 6 in it and a 1.
So this can't be a 3, so that's 2, 4. 5, 8, 7, and 9. This is a 3, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah.
And the top of column 4 is 6 and 9 in some order.
So these two can't be a 9. There's the 9 there.
Mm-hmm. And now the top of the Oreo in box 2 can't be a 4 because it can't go to 9.
Right.
And that's not, you can finish that marshmallow. Yeah.
Oh, and I can finish that one too.
Yeah, so 6 has to be in the top of. Yeah.
And actually, we knew that 6 was up there for a long while. I don't see a 2, and I don't see a 4.
4.
7 or 9. Well, this can't be 1, 2, 4, or 8 because I already have 2 and 4, so that would only leave 1 or 8 as an option. So that has to be over here. So this is a 3 or a 6. So
And
now
the
this
left has
cannot
to be
be
the
3,
6.
6. Left has to be 6 because this one's even, and it can go to both of those, unfortunately.
But there's a 4 in the column.
4, 6, 3, 4 halves to 2. It doesn't do anything for 7 or 9.
But the
row,
7 in row 9 does.
it sure does.
Seven.
Here, 7, 1, 9, 7, 9 here. This 4 places 2. 5, I think, is what's left over. 8 and 5.
Wait a minute. No. Something is wrong. Column 1 has 2 9s in it.
Oh, that's a 7. That's a 2. 9, 4. This is still a 5.
That's still a 5.
I didn't mess anything else up, did I?
Column 2 needs 1 and 7. 2, 6, and 9.
2 and
And
9
there's
is 6. Six here places 1 and 6. The one also did it.
row
But that
4
means
needs a
9
5.
repeats for 6. 4 needs a 5.
The 6 in row 5 does
6. 3 goes to 1 and 4. 1 here, 7 there. 2 and 9 are both up there, so this is an 8, because the 4 here. So that's a 4 and an 8. I need 2 and 9, 4 and 7. 7's not in the top row. Neither is, well, I guess 2, 4, and 9 are what's left in the row. So 4 is going to be removed from this row, and 7 is going to be taken out, and 2 from both of those. So 9, 4, 2, and 7. Somehow I forgot about this 1 and 8 over here. Oh, and 2 and 9. There we go. Outstanding song. Yeah. Alright. Shouldn't be on Logic Masters Germany, so we're going to move on to puzzle number 2. And this one is going to be...
s'morios. Lots of s'morios.
There sure have been a lot of them, and this one isn't the last one in the set yet either. I believe that is the correct link and the correct spelling. So now we have Gently Roasted S'morios by Chip Sounder. Link in the chat if you'd like to give it a go. Conflict Checker Off is requested for this set. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9, once each in every row, column, and 3x3 box. Cells separated by a king's move in chess cannot contain the same digit, and cells separated by an Oreo have a 1:2 ratio or a black dot. Denoted by the black dot. Cells separated by a marshmallow have a difference of 2, the white dot, and digits on a thermometer must rise from the bulb end. I think I would know how to speak by now. But that's alright. Speaking's not a requirement for streaming. Which is definitely true of my more gaming-focused streams. I definitely do too much gameplay and not enough talking. Chip Sounder says, I love this puzzle. I hope so, because you made it.
Well, the thermo in column 5,
Mm-hmm.
the bulb can only be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which forces what's below it to 3, 4, 5, or 6.
I mean, you can't have a 5, so you can't have a 3. Because they're both on Oreos.
Right.
3, 6, 2, or 8.
Well, the tip of that thermo would have to be 6, 7, 8, or 9.
But 7 and 9 are removed because of the
Right.
Oreo. And the reason we know that is with a 1:2 ratio, the smallest digit can be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if you double those, then the highest digit is 2, 4, 6, or 8. And so you can't have 5, 7, or 9 in there.
And since the third step in that thermo is a 4 or 6, you can't have a 6 before it.
Right. Now
So
you
the
can't have
4.
4. So 8 is gone. 3 is no longer an option over here. But this has to have a 2. So that can't be a 2. So now it has to be 6 or 8. And I just realized there's the Oreo here. So we have 5, 7, and 9 over here. And then this is going to have to be 1, 2. Because if it's 2, 4,
You can't put a 1 anywhere.
yeah. Then the 1, 2, 4, 8 chain's not going to work. So this has to be 3, 6, or 4, 8. This one has to be 1 or 2. Because the 2 is required. Now this could be a 3, or it could be 2 or 8. But this one has to be 3 or 4.
That's a 3, 4, 6, 8 quad in the column.
3, 4, 6, and 8 are all gone. And then we've got this Oreo here. 5, 7, and 9 are all removed. So 1 doubles to 2, 2 halves to 1, and doubles to 4. And then on the other side of this, 1 goes to 3, but 2 goes to 4, 4 goes to 2 or 6. And I can have 3 or 6, and then 1, 2, 4, 8. Although, this has to have a 2, so 2 is removed from this option. So 1 is also removed, because 1 has to go to 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So that's going to force an 8 here, I think.
Looks like it.
We get a 3, 4 pair, which is going to give us a 1, 2, 5, 7, and 9.
Box 8, the 6 is on the left side of this an Oreo.
So this has to be 3. This can't be a 4. I already have 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 is on here. 5, 7, and 9. 3, 4, 6, and 8. Well, this is minimum 3, so that can't be. 5, 6, 7. Across row 2, I've got 3 of the Oreos, so the remaining 3 are 5, 7, and 9. So I have to have 1, 2, 3, 6 as the options. Because, well, hold on, 4 or 8. Because this could be 1, 2, and 4, 8 if this was 3, 6. So now I just listed all the options.
Box 7, the top Oreo, sees 4 and 8. One goes to 3, going across the marshmallow.
3 has to go to 1. 6 can go to 4 or 8.
But if it's... Okay, never mind. One goes to 2.
This has to be 2, 4, 6, or 8.
Mm-hmm.
3 goes to 6, like you said, 1 goes to 2. 4 can go to 2 or 8, and 8 has to go to 4.
Box 9 has 2 Oreos joined by a marshmallow, and the top sees 3 and 6, and the bottom sees 4 and 8.
This one can't be a 1. 5, 7, 9.
Well, and since the 1 can't be a 1, then the right side of it can't be 2.
Right. Because it has to be a 1 or a 2. The top cannot be a 2, because if it was, it would have to go to a 4, which is already removed. So this isn't a
Right.
2. And so this can't be a 1, because then it would have to go to a 2. Now, if this was a 4, it can be a 2 and a 1, or it can be a 6 and a 3. So that's not that helpful. Oh, a 4 here removes 4 as an option, which has to go
Well,
to an 8. So
and
3
on
and
that
6.
Oreo, the bottom cannot be a 3 because it can't go to a 1 on the other side, and it can't go to 5 because it's on an Oreo. So that 6 goes to 4 or 8.
Well, top can't be an 8, so this has to go to a 4, which cannot
Going
go
to
to
a
an
2.
8, so it must go to a 2. 2, 4. So this cannot be 1 or 8. 2, 4, 1 and 8.
And since the top of that marshmallow can't be a 3.
Because 3 goes to 1, and 4 goes to 2 or 6. Row 6, column 5, was available for ages. Well, now,
Yeah, row 6, column 5. How about row 5, column 5? It
yep,
can't be a 1.
those have to be the same. This one, I think, is forced to be a... Well, it can't be a 3. There's a 3 in the box. So we've got 5, 7, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. So 2's are gone from here, which we've had those 2 which have also done.
Row 2 has a 3, 6 pair, or has a 3 and a 6.
2 and 4 have to go to even digits, count an 8. So a 4 is required here, so this is a 3 going to a 6, and then this has to be a 1 going to a 2. 1, 2. Yeah, 3 goes to 1, but 4 or 8 goes to 6. Or rather, 6 goes to 4 or 8. One, 2, 4, 8, or a 3. That can't be a 2.
The right cannot be a 4 because it can't go to 2 because that would break the other side of the marshmallow.
This was a 4, you have 2 and 8.
No, oh, sorry, the left. The left can't be a 4. I don't know my right from my left, apparently.
Ah, because the only option for 4 is a 2. It can't be an 8 because then it can't connect that.
And I think I did say right when I should have said left.
Or I just misinterpreted. And now this can't be an 8 because then it would have to pair with a 4, and that would break this cell over here. So not an 8, not a 4. And now this cannot be a 2, it has to be a 4. 4 does not have to 8, or excuse me, does not have to 1. So this is an 8. 4 and 8 are going over here. Those to those. This is minimum 5, 6, no, 7, 8, 9, 8, 6, 7. Three has to be one of these two because of this 3 here and that 3 here. And that being a 2, 4. So this 3 makes that a 1, doubles to 2. This has to be a 1 because I got 2 1s here that roll out of all that. He's one of those two, but it's not that helpful. 3, 5, 7, 9. So 5, 7, 9. 3, 5, 7, 9.
Anti-king.
Right. So I'm going to take 3 out of this one, so this is 3.
It's like, oh yeah, we're forgetting a rule.
Doesn't come into play too much, but Chip Sounder says that was why row 6, column 5 was available. There was a 3 looking at it right here. Right. Yeah, we took the long way about it. Okay, well, that means those two are the same. I don't know if we need to go there yet.
Let's see. The bulb of the thermo in box 6. Like it's 3, 5, or 7.
Well, that means this one has to be odd, and it can't be a 1. And so 1 has to be in the bottom row here, so this one's a 1. Which gives us 2 and 1 here. Six isn't an option because of the 6 in the row. This 8 takes that out here, so this can't be a 7 anymore, so that one isn't a 9. Now 5 is a requirement, so 5's gone from these two and from here. And from those two. And now we get a 7-9 pair.
Okay, 5 cannot be in the cell 9 of box 5 because of anti-knight, or anti-king, whatever those are.
And then this one was minimum 4, but since this one's now minimum 4, that can't be a 4. So that makes that one 4.
The bulb in box 3, 6 by anti-king.
4 here, 4's gone now from there.
The box 9, the right side of the top Oreo, there's a 1 anti-king. So the 2 goes away, or no, never mind. The 2 does not go away, but the 8 goes away from the right.
Yeah. So this has to be a 4, which is not paired with a 3. It's paired with a 6. So this has to be 7. This one's 9. This one's not a 7 here. 5 or 6. So 9, 3, 5, and 4. This one isn't 1 or 2. This one isn't a 1. This one isn't a 2 or a 6. 2, 6, and 8 means it has to be a 8. Not an 8, not an 8, 2, 6.
Two can be placed in box 6.
I think this one has to be our red 5, 7, 9, because it has to be in the top row, and 2 and 4 aren't 5, 7, or 9. And actually, that could have been forced because of the fact that it had to be 5, 7, or 9. Can't count a 2 to 1 pair.
Yeah, 4 can be placed in box 6, leaving an 8, 9 pair.
Just gonna give us a 7 over here, and 3 or 5. 5, 6 means this is 8 or 9. This one's not a 5. Because it's ruled out of all of those. But this one could be a 5 because it could be that one.
Well, the last in column 2 would be 5, 6, or 9. Actually,
Except
it
neither of
can't
these
be a
two can be
9
9.
because of the 8, 9 pair. Yeah.
5, 6 makes this 8 or 9. Five, 7, 9, and 8.
3 can be placed in row 3.
5, 6, 7, 9 left over. 5, 6, 7, 9. This one, 6, 7. So there's the bottom one. I also see 6. So we have 5, 8, 9 triple.
The red cell in box 9 can't be a 7.
Right. It's not 1, 2, 4, or 7. That one sees both of them. It's not a 6. It can't be that.
Where does 4 go in row 9?
1, 5, 7.
There's a
There's a
1 in
1
the row.
here. 5, 7, 8, 9.
1 in box 8.
Apparently in this row, it has to be this one that's red.
And red can't be 7.
Oh,
Because red is 5 or 9.
well, mess something up. So that one has to be it. So then it has to be 9. Into king. Oh. Got something messed up with red. Because that can't be red. Neither can that be if red is 9. But that's definitely true. Well, I haven't made any real conclusions off red, so maybe if I just ignore it, that problem will go away. But I don't think so. Where did I go wrong?
Well, let's see. Yeah, but it's definitely if that one is red.
This one's definitely a 5, 7, or 9. And so
Right.
it has to be from this group. Anti-king means it can't be there, and anti-Sudoku means it would have to be one of those two. If
And 2
somehow this
cannot be
2 was
5,
wrong.
7, or 9.
Is there a way we can double prove this 2 is correct? Either way, we know that this one has to be red.
Well, that has to be a 2 unless the other 2s are wrong.
Yeah. I just
And
want
there
to
is a
look
9
at...
in column 6.
Yeah. Well, if I just follow the red for a moment, then it would have to be one of these. And now this one, no, that one will get rolled out. And then we have one of those. But I rolled it out of all of this column, so it actually isn't any of those. And then in this box, can't be on here. But then anti-king rolls it out of this one, and this rolls it out of there. So then it has to be in this group. This one is ruled out, because you can see everything here. This one's forced. Okay, so how do I double check this too?
Well, unless the other 2s are wrong, and those are all the other 2s are on Oreos
Yeah.
in both, so that has to be a 2 because we had all the Oreos. So column 4 and 5 and rows 8, 7, and 8 all have 2s. So that's the only 2 left. Only spot for A2.
Got something wrong somewhere, and I don't know where.
Well, unless you want to just back it up to find out where you started the reds.
Yeah, but the the thing with the reds is it's kind of forced the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty confident about this too. 5, 7, and 9. All of these are on the thingies. I guess I'm just gonna ignore it and hope it doesn't come back up.
Well, box 7, the 4 is the empty spot. Because it's the last 4.
Yeah. 1 in row 7. And I would have to go there. This one. Keep looking at this. And it would have to be one of those two. I mean, it has to be one of those two anyway. And it has to be one of those two. If that's correct. How do I prove that too again?
Alright, the 6 in row 3, or the 6 in box 1 has to go in row 3. So
That
the
makes this 6.
yeah.
Chip Sounder says row 2, column 1, and row 3, column 9 are the same digit and not red. Right, so they can be blue. But this has to be 2 steps up. This could be a 2. That could be a 3. So then this isn't a 3, that isn't a 4. This has to be a 1-2 pair. So this is either 3-4 or 6-8. And this has to be 3 or 4. This was 3, 6, 8, 4. Ship Sounder says when you get the 6-3 in box 8, the anti-king puts 4 into row 5, column 6. Yeah, the thing is, I'm concerned that this 2 is wrong. Because I would have what do I have left over here? Well, it has to be not 5, 7, or 9. And they're 2 apart. That would be 1, 2, 5, 7, 9. That has to be 1 or 2. This being 1 or 2 forces this to be 1 or 2, which makes that 3 or 4, which forces 6, which forces 3, which forces 4, which forces 8. 8 and 4. 4 goes to 2 and 1. 1 and 2. 3, 6. And then this 2 means it's not in there. But I have 5, 7, 9, and 2 as options. But then 2 has to be in this group. So this has to be a 2. Okay. So yeah, so then this has to be red, which means that has to be red. So is this 7 wrong? One and 2 means this is minimum 3. Four, 8 means this is 3, 6, or 1, 2.
Well, there's a 4 in row 6.
Yeah. Because if I come back to this, with just what I've proven here, then this is minimum 3. And obviously 8 and 9 is gone. So this is 4 through 8 and 5 through 9. But then 4 and 8 are both removed because this is proven. So this has to be from 5, 6, or 7. Or 8 means this has to be 3 or 6. And then this had to be 4, 8, or 1, 5. Well, it can't be 1 or 5, so this has to be 6 and 3. And then this is 2, 4, or 8, but there's a 4, 8 there, so that has to be 2 and 4. So yeah, so we can include that. So then this 4 is also removed from here. Now I have to have a 4 up top, a 4 and a 2.
Well, and the bulb on that thermo in box 6, look at the second cell. Can't be a 7 in the bulb. Well, that and there's follow your
I mean,
thermo.
other than this 7 here. Oh,
No,
because of
follow the
this one.
thermo
Derp,
down.
derp, derp. Derpity, derp, derp.
And look at the tip of the thermo. Can you
Yeah.
have a 5 in the tip?
Um,
Can you have a 5 in the tip of the thermo?
yeah.
Not the bulb,
Oh,
the
the
tip.
tip. No, 5, because this minimum 5. Yeah, and this just uses what we've proven with this, and like this down here. And now we've proven that this has to be 3 or 5, which means this goes 1, 3, 5, or 7. Because it has to be odds.
Anti-knight, or anti-king, rather.
Right. That can't be a 1. And then that forces this one. Well, maybe not necessarily. But I confirmed all of this. I confirmed that. Confirmed
Yes.
2. I confirmed this. Blue in box 7. Be any of those 3. Probably not this
That's
cell,
box
because we put a
9.
1. That is definitely box 9, not 7. So it would be one of those 3.
It can't be the first cell.
Right. Those 2.
And where is blue in box 4?
It would have to be one of these 3. And it's probably not the 1, so it's probably going to end up being this. Is there more I can reconfirm about the rest of this stuff in here? I
Well,
know that has to
in
be
row 8,
579, and those two have to be 579. So those do have to be 4 and 8. In row 8?
yeah, since the 4, 8, then the 2 outer have to be 1, 2, and 3, 6.
Yeah.
And they have to work with the other in across the marshmallows.
Yeah.
And and across a marshmallow, one set has to be 3, 6, right?
Um, Not necessarily. They could be 1, 2, 4, and 8, with the 2, 4 connecting.
Oh, right.
Okay, we know that these two have to be from 5, 7, and 9, and that one had to be from 5, 7, and 9. So those two have to be 4, 8. They're a 4, 8 pair. If I look at this one, it has to be 1 through 7. Well, it can't be 1 or 2 because of the 1, 2 right here, and it can't be a 6 because of the 6 right here. Um, okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 6. This one had to be 1, 2, 4, 8. And the 2's here, so this had to be 3, 6, or 4, 8. A 4 here removed 4, removed 8. This can't be 1 because that can't be 3, so this isn't a 2. This one can't be a 3 because that can't be 1 or 5. So this one isn't 6. And then if we look at this one up here, 3, 6 here means this one has to be 1, 2, 4, 8. Same with that one over there. 1, 2, 4, or 8. And because they're opposites, it has to be 1, 2, or 4, 8. It cannot be 2, 4. But for these to be separated by 2, the top can't be an 8. 1 can't go to 3. I may just clear everything that isn't green. Okay. 1, 5, 7, 9. These two aren't 1. These two, 5, 7, 9. So this is a 4, 8 pair. 1, 5, 7, 9. That one means it's not. Okay, and then these two have to be 5, 7, 9. And now whatever this is, it's red and it goes there. And now it has to go here because it can't go on this Oreo. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 4, 8. This cannot be 4, 6, 8, or 9. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, not a 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which is fine. And so the 8 here and the 4 here, take 4 and 8, max 7, that's not a 7. So now 1, 3, 5, 7. The 1 that we confirmed means that's not a 1. This being a 5 means that's not a 5. And it's not a 6 because we confirmed that 6. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 8. 2, 4 here. Means that's 1 or 8. This isn't 1 or 8. This has to be even. It can't be an 8. A 4 is required. This can be 3 or 1, 2, 4, 8. Well, it can't be a 4 because we just proved a 4 had to be here. We proved the 2, so this is 4, 8, or 3, 6. The 4 here means it's not a 4, means this isn't a 4, means these are an 8, 3, 6 is required. 1 doubles to 3, 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 2 is 4, but that 4 is over here. So this is 1, that's 2. 1 plus 2 is 3, makes that a 6, so now all of that is confirmed. So now 1 and 2. 3 goes to 1 or 5. 6 goes to 4 or 8. Which just means this can't be a 1. Okay, well, 2 is a requirement up here, and this one has to be 2, because it can't go here. It has to be the red cell. And if I put a 2 here, this would have to be a 4, but I already have a 4 here. So this has to be 2, which cannot go to an 8. So now 8's down here, so it's up here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it can't be 8 or 9. So 6, 7, 8. 7, 8, 9. 6 here means not a 6, means not a 7. Okay, well this is 1, 2, or 4, 8. So these 3 are 5, 7, and 9. Ah, and I was looking in this box for where a 3 could go. But it's not here, and it's not there, and it's neither of those. 3 is one of those. Ah, and if I look in this box, 3's out of here, and we've already shown that it can't be there. So 3 can't be one of those two, so 3 is here, not a 3, therefore not a 6. A 2, 4 pair means that's not a 2, and now we have 1, 2, 4, and 8. So now 3 is down here. 1, 2, 4, 8, and now 3's. And missing something. Six here takes 6 out. So now this one is blue. So blue is one of those two. It's being one of those 3. It's being one of those 4. Those 3. And it has to be this one, because we know it's one of those two. Now, where can blue be in here? Well, it's not on the Oreos, it's not red, and it's neither of those two. So blue's one of these two, so blue's ruled out of there. Blue's one of those two, so it's there. So this is blue. Neither of those two can be blue. This one has to be blue. This one can't be blue. This one must be blue. This one must be red. So this one cannot be red. So now where is red in this box? Well, it's neither of those two, and it's not that one. We've got red like that. And then blue. Well, blue can't be on the top. And if blue is one of those two, it can't be either of those. So now blue is one of those two, means it's neither of those. Okay, this cell is 1 through 7. Can't be 1 or 2 because of the 1, 2 right here. 3, 5, 7, and 9 mean it's not 3, 5, or 7. It's 4 or 6. 3, 5, 7, and 9, and 2. This 6 rules it out of both of those. And I showed that this couldn't be a 3. So that's a 4, that's an 8, that's a 4. This isn't a 4. That's not a 4. That's not a 4. A 1, 8 pair. Well, the 4 that we just showed is 2 and 4. 4 goes to 8, 2 goes to 1. 4 and 8 makes that a 1, 2 pair, so this is an 8. So 5, 6, 7, and 9. 3, 5, 7, 9. Because the 6 has to be up here. Now red has to be one of those two. It's a red 6 pair. And this one's not red, so it's 6, because this one is red, not 6. Which gives us 3 and 6. 6 goes to 4. And red just got removed from all of those. Eight takes 8 out of those two. Four, 4, 4. 5, 7, 9, and 8. 6 places a 1, places a 6. Not a 1 is a 1. And I almost want to start placing yellows in the grid.
The marshmallow in column 7 has to have a 5 on it,
Right.
which takes the 5 out of the
Blue and yellow.
bottom red in box 6, or box 5. Excuse me. Anti-king. Box 5. Yeah, there you go. Oh, and the 7-9 pair in column 7 makes that a 3-5 pair in box 6. And where does 1 go in row 6?
1 in row 6. None of those, none of those. That can't be a 1, that can't be a 1, so this has to be a 1, so it can't be blue, so this one has to be blue. So not a blue, so 7. 7. So yellow is 9. I think I can take coloring out. That's an 8, that's a 9, that's a 3, that's a 9, that's a 2, that's a 1.
Row 6, there's both a 5 and a 7, so this 5 and 7 come off the thermo bulb. Yeah.
6, 3, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6.
Five, 7, 8.
This one's not a 7.
Or a 5.
Right. 8, 7, 7. This one is 9. This is 8. That's 7, not a 7, not an 8.
1,
2, 4. Slow roasted for maximum flavor.
Well, and slow roasted is definitely the way to go on marshmallows. Otherwise, they run the risk of burning, and that's gross.
I need to start taking a screenshot of where I was confused because I just want to know where I went wrong with red. Because I feel like I went around the grid and showed where it had to be and ended up with a contradiction up here. I don't know. I guess I should just go back in the video and see. Or actually, you know what? I have live more or less pulled up. Let's see. Back just a smidge more. Well, I definitely put 5 in the wrong spot, or red in the wrong spot, because red isn't 9. Yeah, I have it definitely messed up in a few different spots. But I'm not sure where I messed up, because I ended up with 5 and 9s in the same grouping. I'd have to figure out exactly how I messed up that placement, but YouTube's not loading, so oh well, I'll figure it out again later, maybe. We've got 15 minutes left. I think I'm gonna say we're gonna leave this one for next time. So, with that being said, that means we go over to starting soon version, but thank you for watching version. So anyone who watches this back, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fancy YouTube engagement stuff. If you want to see more content on this channel, that'll be Sudoku tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and more Gunfire Reborn at Saturday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. and I promise I will play more of The Last of Us Part 1 eventually. It will probably not be until next year, though.
Haha.
Unfortunately, I yeah. Anyway, I'll probably aim for like Friday, because I'm taking Friday off from work after the new year, and but after this week, I'm taking a 2-week break from regularly scheduled content to try and figure out how I want my schedule to actually look, so that way I can do all of the things. I will plan single player streams. So I'm probably going to try and aim to stream. Let's see. I kind of want to stream 4 times a week, but I think I'm too busy to actually do that. So I might have to do 3 times a week, and it'll probably just end up being 1 Sudoku, 1 single player, 1 cooperative, and then the single player one is going to alternate between regularly scheduled gaming and random games. But I don't know. That's what next week and the week after are for, as well as making sure I have time for random events and other things. But with that being said, I have said all of the things. So yeah. So goodbye.